Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I've got another turtle here. So I bought the 777. This is the black version on the silicone rubber strap. This is my third Seiko Turtle. I've owned the 775 in the past, and also the SRP777, which is the patty variant. I bought this one recently. I spent $230 on eBay. This is a made in Japan version. You can see down there by the 6 and 7 o'clock positions, you can see it says made in Japan. And I think this is a really great watch. So why is the Turtle good value for money? Well, I just bought my third one. I'm a big fan of what Seiko's done here. They've got some good details for the price. I love the vintage design, you know, the retro throwback to the 6309. I think it's one of Seiko's, I think it's one of their best designs that they've done in their history. The bulbous cushion case just looks so awesome. I love the curves. I like the finishing. I like the drilled lugs. It sits really good on the wrist. I think it looks awesome from different angles. Very, very unique. And it's hefty too. This is a solid chunk of 316L stainless steel. So for around $200, I mean, you really feel the watch on your wrist, and feeling the weight of it, kind of, I guess you could say, you feel like you're getting your money's worth. So I kind of like that aspect of it as well. I mean, even the case back's very well done for the price point. You can see the circular brushing here, the raised polished tsunami medallion in the center. This is a case back that you'd find on a Sumo, which is a watch that costs twice as much as this Turtle. So I think the value for money is here. The case is awesome. If you look at the dial, I think it's a very clean design. It's a very nice execution. I like how legible it is and how simple it is. So looking at the text, you can see down there at the 6 o'clock, it says divers 200 meter automatic, and then you have the Prospex logo. And the logo is actually kind of interesting. If you look on it close up, you can see it's actually a P and an S crossing each other, which stands for professional series. This is an ISO 6425 rated diver, so this is a professional diver. You know, in addition to being a cool retro design, you could actually take this diving if you wanted to. That is pretty cool. I like the hilted sword up there at the 12 o'clock. Again, that's a tribute to the original design, and I like the fact that they've printed the Seiko logo underneath that. I just think it looks very sharp. And of course, this has Seiko's Lumibrite, which is the best Loom compound on the market. It looks so good. It's nice and bright and green. It's potent. It's long lasting. In my experience with Seiko divers, I'd say that this is nicer than what you'd find on an SKX. It's probably equal in potency to a Seiko Monster, but not quite as bright or as long lasting as what you'd find on a Sumo or a Marine Master. So it's actually really good, a little bit better than some and a little bit worse than others. In the watch is Seiko's 4R36 movement. It's an in-house movement. It beats at 21,600 beats per hour. So if you look at the seconds hand, you can see it ticks 6 times every second. So it's a 3 Hertz frequency. It has a day-date feature, and it's completely made in-house. They have a proprietary hairspring and mainspring. And I've gotten really good accuracy on this version. I'm getting a few seconds per day variance, which, you know, for $200, that is awesome. It's kind of nice that you do have a watch that's completely made in-house. Even if it's done on a lower level with a lot of automation, it's still pretty cool. Now the 777 comes on this silicone rubber strap. It's nice and long. You have the tsunami medallion here at the end. And I really like the hardware here. You've got a brushed keeper stamped with the Seiko logo, and then the buckle. Look how wide and flaring that is. That's kind of cool. To me, I think it works really well with the bulbous cushion case. I think there's some good symmetry there, and I enjoy that feature. So it's pretty nice. If you opt for one that does have a bracelet, you know, a couple of the other color versions have bracelets. It's not a bad bracelet for the price, but it's not awesome. I definitely would recommend going to Strapcoat and getting another version if you want to wear this on bracelet, because the stock option is a little bit of a letdown. So does this have negative points? Yeah, absolutely. Every watch has at least a couple negative points. The biggest one with the Seiko Turtles is going to be the alignment issues that Seiko has with the bezel, the chapter ring, and the dial. So If you look here on my J version, you can see it looks pretty close, but the bezel is actually slightly skewed to the left, ever so slightly. I think it's close enough to where I could be happy with it, but I am gonna be fixing that. So if you're in the market for one, call the potential seller that you're looking into. Make sure you can find one with good alignment, because I've seen other versions out there. My 775 was terrible. I mean, it was 3/4 of a click off, so that's an issue. Be aware of that if you're looking for one. Now, some people will complain that this only has a hardlex crystal. It doesn't have a sign crown. Those certainly can be valid if you're very particular about those. But bear in mind that this is a reissue. I mean, this is a tribute to the 6309, which did have a mineral crystal. It did not have a sign crown. And so I think it's totally acceptable for this modern version to not to have those things, especially because it's so true to the original design in many aspects with the size and the execution. I mean, it's so in my eyes, that's totally fine, but be aware of that. So it comes in a number of really good options. I mean, they are not skimping on the consumer choice here. And they've done some pretty sweet special editions too. I mean, you can get some gorgeous dial colors. With the Blue Lagoon, the Jade one, the SRP-A is gorgeous as well. I like the simplicity of the black. I think it's very versatile. It's classic. It goes with anything. But yeah, there are some pretty sweet color options out there for those of you that are interested in that. So in the end, you know, for $200, $230 in my case is what I paid for this J version. They're a little bit more expensive than the Ks. I think it's awesome. I think it's a fun watch. It's got a lot of fun details. It's got good bang for buck. Very few negative points. So I'm happy to have bought this for the third time. I'm gonna keep this one for sure. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm thinking about modding it slightly, just doing some slight alterations to a couple things, kind of making it my own. And if I do that, I'll do an update video in about a month, so you guys can see exactly what I've done and what I think enhances the watch a little bit. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Reach out if you have any questions. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.